Hey, boys and girls, shalom. It is Giacomo with another one of my deep thoughts.
Jimmy Gallows, you have disrespected our Lord Nick. Now you're set to die.
So I just watched this video here, the latest racial outrage, just on the heels of Juicy Bubba, whatever his last name is, NASCAR, who still won't let this whole Noose thing go, even though 15 FBI agents were pulled off of God knows whatever else they were supposed to be doing to figure out whether or not a hate crime against him was perpetrated at the NASCAR track. So this video here is the latest Noose outrage. I'm gonna play this clip for you here. It's something that educated me a long, long time ago, really back when I got home from the Gulf War, about my people on my dad's side of the family, some Sicilians that were lynched. Sicilians, about this skin color here, same type of hair, those smaller noses and lips because they're not actually African, but they're extremely dark and may have a little bit of African blood, that were lynched by standard white people or typical white people, as Obama would have said. This is from the movie Jungle Fever. I'm posting this with fair use of the video in mind. I'm not a big fan of Spike Lee anymore, Rabbi Trail, but he taught me something in this video about what happened to these Sicilians.
Yeah, Paulie, give me another egg cream, will you?
Every day I see you reading. What's with this reading? Some guy makes up some story? Fuck him. It's a waste of time. Tell me something. Tell me one thing that I don't know that's important from all you're reading.
Right here. I'm reading this story right here.
Yeah, so what?
So, I'll tell you what. So these Sicilian guys in Louisiana had a factory. It was around in 1899. And they gave the black workers equal status in their factory. So the regular white people, they found out about it. And they lynched the 5 Italian guys who owned the factory. That's so what? Good.
So now that you've learned that lesson as well, watch any old Western movie, especially the spaghetti Westerns featuring someone I got a chance to work with in my career, Clint Eastwood. Notably, Hang 'Em High. Lynching was an extremely common form of mob justice, hence why they're called lynch mobs. When someone didn't think they were getting justice, you'd go out and you'd fashion a noose, you take them in the middle of the night or middle of the day, or you overwhelm the jail and you string them up on the first tree you can find. It happened to a lot of people of many different skin colors, races, and religions. We can go back to the Inquisition and find people being hanged illegitimately. It is not exclusive to black people. Boys and girls, you need to get triggered by the right things if you're going to get triggered at all. Because ultimately, you look like you are so easily swayed by news, by a little couple of idiot kids acting out at a Jimmy John's. And granted, this is only one or two things. Either they were being racist or they're being stupid little kids. Oh, by the way, they all got fired. Because if you mess around with food at a fast food joint like that, you lose your job. You have violated cleanliness codes. You have violated corporate policy about professionalism in the workplace. But was it racist? You all know the story of the boy that cried wolf. If you are not initiated to it, if you haven't read a couple kids' books in many years, let me remind you. There was a boy in a small town who, I guess he was a shepherd, and he kept saying, wolf, I see a wolf, I see a wolf, I see a wolf. And of course, the entire town, because it was a shepherding town, they loved their sheep, came running out with their guns and didn't see a wolf. So this went on day by day. The little kid was, reactionary. He saw a wolf and behind every rock, behind every tree, every stray dog was a wolf. Finally, the townspeople got so mad at having to react to him crying wolf, they stopped coming. Well, if you haven't read the story, you see where we're going with this. One day, a real wolf came out of the hills and started eating the sheep. Well, the boy went back into the town and yelled wolf, and nobody believed him. The moral of that story is, boys and girls, be introspective. Look at a situation and say, this is a wolf, this is not. Be objective more than anything. Now, if you watch this video and watch it again, it's probably all over YouTube right about now, you can hear them doing a mock execution. Now, it's unfortunate, but when I was in the Marine Corps, one of my partner jobs, not partner jobs, other MOSs was I was a legal clerk. And because I love to read, I used to love to read, I sat down and I read the UCMJ one day. And if you read the UCMJ, it's roughly this thick. It's a really big manual of applying punishment to crimes committed as a member of the U.S. military. And among many crimes, murder, rape, insurrection, the punishment for that crime was to be hanged by your neck until dead. So essentially, they make a noose, they tie a length of rope, doesn't matter what color you are, that length of rope is calculated to drop you a certain amount of feet until your neck snaps based on your weight and the length of rope. And this way you're not choked to death when you do hang yourself, or you are hung, that is. So you need to understand these things. I know we're in a mindset right now. There's a narrative right now that every little thing that's happened after George Floyd, who should not have been killed, and the gentleman in Atlanta who pointed a weapon at a police officer, and I'm sorry, he got what he deserved. We can't react to every little thing as if it's racist. We're crying wolf, and eventually the people who need to hear are going to stop listening. That's the risk you run when you react to every little thing as if it's some sort of a grand conspiracy against you. So my suggestion, stop. Be objective, look at all the evidence, and then make a sound decision. That's as fair, isn't it? I'm Giacomo. Shalom. Leave me your comments and suggestions, and we'll talk. Make your comments constructive, all right? You know who you are. Shalom.